Time of year we just turned the calendar to October, but these girls have been going since late August.
KBRF Sports Video is brought to you by the Otter Tail Power Company and the Otter Tail Power Company pregame. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Uxted Plumbing and Heating and your Uxted Plumbing and Heating game time and temperature. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Viking Cafe and the Viking Cafe keys to the game. Lake Region Healthcare and the Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Annabelle and Associates and the Annabelle and Associates instant replay. The Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Olson Oil Card Express and your Olson Oil Card Express postgame show. Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Service Food, Fergus Falls Monument, Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated, Otter Tail Coaches, and by FM Bank. Now let's head out to the game.
The win over Alexandria was really fantastic. Having coached against Alex so often and know how talented they are, that's really big. And they've raced very, very well. I went to the Brainerd meet. I was very impressed by how well they swam against them. And Brainerd never exhibition, so it's a true team score, and they've done really good well. And their diving program has just gone tremendous. Mallory has done a great job, and I think we have to be very happy. Of course, Coach Cox, her commitment to the whole program and all that she's done, and her leadership skills, as well as her knowledge of swimming and how to work with young women, is very, very excellent.
You know, the swim meet relies on depth in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
That the team that has the best depth has the best chance of coming through, and we've seen that with this team. They've got some blue chippers out there with, Estee Versteeg. You can count on her for first place in almost every meet.
Yeah.
But they've got a lot of girls that finish 2, 3, 4, 5
right.
and get points for this team.
Yeah, it's really important. For those that don't know swimming scoring very well, the relays are really important. It's 8-4-2. So if you take first place in the relay, then you'll win that particular event. If you do 8-2, that's 10 points versus 4. It's a 6-point edge. If you go first, second, 8-4, that's 12-2. That's 10 points, which is huge. And then the individual events, 5 places score. Sometimes you can win a meet by your 5th place. I've been in many meets where we cheered on that 5th place, probably more important than the first place, because that made all the difference in the meet.
2011 state championship meet. You won the state by 1 point, right?
Right. Yeah, that was a lot of kids participated. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Yeah.
That shows you how important every point is.
That's right.
Exactly. Well, the girls are coming onto the deck here, and the crowd is welcoming them, and we're not too far away from the start. Now, the way the format goes for this duel, Tom, there are JV and varsity races intermingled.
Right. The first heat will be what's called B, or JV, and the second heat will be A, which is varsity. Sometimes if you have large numbers, we'll run like an exhibition heat. Sometimes in a 50 freestyle, they'll run like you call it a C heat, if that's what you want to call it. Then you have your B heat, which would be your JV, and you have your A.
Perham has been in this pool this year in the Otter Invite.
Right.
And they were second to the Otters. The Otters won their invite with 656 points, and then Perham was a distant second with 368. How big is that for Perham to come into the pool, having been here once already? Do you feel a lot more comfortable when you've been in the pool once?
Oh, I think so, but I will say this, and those who have swam in this pool, this is a fast pool. And what I mean by that is, first of all, the lighting is excellent. The walls are very good. They're tile walls, which means you get a good grip off the wall. Very few pools today are tiled. Most of them are like sometimes stainless steel or other type of ceramics. And of course the lane lines and the environment too is really good. We always have a good crowd. I'm sure a lot of Perham parents would be here because it's very close for them to travel. But they can expect some very good times from their team. And that's another part of that's really neat about the whole meet itself, is that not only you're going for a team score, you're going for your individual best times. And that's where it's fun. Everyone wins in a meet like that.
Yeah, it's interesting too with Perham, the diving last year was one of their strengths, as they had the 9th place finisher in the state in Brittany Lawrence in diving, and they also had Avery McAllister, who was an outstanding diver. This year they don't have any divers entered in this event, and they didn't have any in the Otter Invite, so You know, that, and you know, you've had teams where you've had 0 points from diving, and then you've had years where you've had 3 divers that were contributing. That can be huge in a duo.
Diving is really important. You know, and then we go back to Coach Hartwell, where he said before, those years of doing so well at the state level or at section level or CLC was because we had a balanced team. You know, so it's very important.
Well, we're going to get the introductions and then the national anthem, and we'll get into the meet here pretty quickly. And then once it starts, it goes quickly.
Yes, it does. Yep.
So we do have, I think we'll do the anthem first here.
Right.
So they're lining up for that, and once the announcements are over, we'll have the anthem. So we will take a break, about a 2-minute break here, and come back and get right into the competition here as coverage of tonight's Otter girls swim and dive dual meet against Perham New York Mills is coming your way on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Light powers your day, and with LEDs, every time you turn on a light, it's a chance to save. See how Otter Tail Power Company can help you save at otpco.com/LED.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Hi, I'm Scott DeBrito. I had the privilege of wearing the Otter uniform. Today, I have the privilege of representing FM Bank here in Fergus Falls. Show your Otter pride with our Otter debit card. Stop in and see us or visit our website at mybankfm.com.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Otter Tail Minn Dakota Coaches has been the trusted name in transportation for 50 years. Safety, service, and dependability are at the heart of every journey. From local routes to nationwide trips, rely on Otter Tail Coaches for a ride you can trust.
The tailgating sales event is going on now at Minnesota Motor Company.
All of our pre-owned trucks are at the lowest price of the year, and we have trucks to fit any budget.
During this sales event, each purchase comes with your choice of tailgating gear like coolers, grills, and more.
Join us as we kick off tailgating season with the biggest sale of the season at Minnesota Motor Company.
Minnesota, Minnesota Motor.
Welcome back to the Kennedy Secondary School pool, our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups. And what we're going to do, this is kind of going to be an ongoing thing through the whole meet when we have our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups, because we'll give you the heats here in the lineup for every event. And we do start with the junior varsity 200 medley relay. And Tom, this event, the 200 medley, to start the meet, it's always so important to get off to a good start. And through the years, the Otters have always had pretty good starts.
Yeah, they really have. You know, in the first swim here is the backstroke, and that's really pretty critical. And again, the Otters look really good. You know, they got Kenzie Combrick, who I actually taught some swim lessons to. She's in lane 2. I haven't watched these girls swim very much, Krager, so this is really fun for me. But right now we're taking first and second in the backstroke, which is the first leg of this relay.
And this is, of course, the JV leg of the 200 medley relay.
Right. Yeah. And then in the breaststroke right here, we have Bryn Pausch, who's in lane 2. And then in lane 4, we have Havala Makan. Very, very nice swimmers, and they look really good. When I was here against Brainerd, I was so impressed by their technique. They have some athletic skill here, and you can just see it.
You know, every time I see this event, the breaststroke stroke, Tom, I think of Joyce Monk.
Yeah.
Walking along the deck and with her whistle.
Yeah. Well, She knows that stroke very well. So, yeah. Very nice, very nice. The exchanges are very solid here. You gotta be very happy with that. This is the butterfly, which is the third leg. We have Alexis Toma in lane 3, probably lane 4, and then in lane 2 we have Anna Schroeder. And these are very good swimmers. They're long and tall swimmers. They have very nice stroke. I love watching the fly because it's a rhythmic stroke. It has a beautiful dolphin kick with it, and actually it's a very easy stroke to teach. It just makes sense. There's a little hinge to it.
And the exchange, as you mentioned, so important. And is the exchange where you see most of the disqualifications in a meet?
Yep, absolutely. Yep, that's the most important. It's the freestyle right here. And we have Adrienne Najwick, lane 4, and Shelby Christ in lane 2. And this is the last leg right here. Right now the Otters are first and second, Krager.
Well, and no surprise. And they do have good depth, you know, and I know it's an emphasis, Tom, from a young age to teach the kids multiple strokes, right?
Right. Yeah, we, in our practices, we did a lot of what's called IMs, individual medleys, for a lot of reasons. One is good hold training, but also we want them to be able to do all 4 strokes to prevent injury. In lane 6, we had Kylie Emerson.
So there were three Fergus Falls JV relay teams that competed there, and the next event will be the varsity 200-yard medley relay. And the Otters will have in lane 2 Hannah Fear and Miles Minoza. Ace Oppie and Riley Kubala will be their second lane team. And in lane 4, it's Ella Kopinski, Carly Peterson, Maya Fear, and Alexis Wellman. And then in lane 6, Nora Fear, Elsa Bailey, Michelle Mao, and Xiomara Jacobson.
You're very good with names, Krager.
That, you know, it's one of my pet peeves, Coach. You know, if you're on the radio, you got to get the pronunciation right. If you're printing print media, you need to spell it right, right?
I might just say first names. Betty, Kathy.
That's getting harder, too.
It is.
See Xiomara, for example. So here we go with the backstroke in this event. Now, my next question, why does the backstroke start the 200 medley relay? Is there a reason that was the decision?
Yeah, it's because of the start. You have to start in the water for this one. It's a unique stroke, and otherwise you'd have to do a flying start. We've had backstroke relays where all 4 swims backstroke. The first one will start in the water, the other will dive in and then rotate on their back. So, but it just works. And a long time ago, we only had three events here, or 3 strokes. We had backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. Or no, and so now we have, of course, butterfly. The Otters right now is leading, by the way. She just mentioned Ella Kopesky on the backstroke in lane 4. With Kari Peterson right here, she's done really well. She's a pretty amazing swimmer. She's very strong. This is a good race between Perham and the Otters right now. Kari's got about, I would say, 2-yard lead, 3-yard lead.
And that's, I think, Taylor Zimke from Perham.
Right. Maya Fear. This girl has really done very well. She's a very strong swimmer. I know a little bit about her from teaching some swim lessons with her. She's very committed, and she gives you 110%. And she is competitive. She's got a beautiful turn, nice streamline off the wall. Right now the Otters is leading. Krager.
Good tight race here.
Yes, it's going to be fun. Here comes our anchor swimmer right here. The anchor swimmer is Alexis Wellman. She's had a tremendous meet. She's had a great year. She can swim everything. Boy, look at that nice kick. Right now they're about, I say 5 yards ahead. Beautiful finish, beautiful turn. The Otters doing great now. We got lane 2 here. Here comes Riley Kubala. She's coming up. She's got a chance to maybe take that important second place. Let's watch this. Watch Google. Boom.
There we go. Very nice.
That's sweet. So that's 1-2. That's an 8-4 score there. That's 12 points to Perham's 2. So it's a 10-point swing.
It's a great way to start the meet, isn't it, if you're the Otters?
Fun. Yeah, it makes you relax a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
From a coaching point of view.
Say a reminder for you, this game, or this meet, and the Quality Toyota Player of the Game t-shirts are brought to you by Lake Country Graphics, and we'll name that quality swimmer or diver of the meet on the post-game report, which is sponsored by Olson Oil Express. So be sure and stick around for that at the end of the broadcast. Craig Olson and Tom Uvis from the Kennedy Secondary School pool. And we have another JV event here, the 200 freestyle. And before we set that up for you and cover it, we'll take a timeout here. Let's break for 30 seconds, and we'll return with more from the swim meet. But first, this timeout. You're listening to the Otter Girls Swim and Dive team on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Back at the Kennedy Secondary School with Tom Uvis joining me tonight for this dual swim meet. We have the JV event, the 200 freestyle. The Otters have two swimmers in this event, Ashton Kep in lane 2 and Marissa Toma in lane 4. And Casey Reapy is in the third lane for Perham New York Mills.
This is a really interesting event, Craig. This is kind of like running your 800. It's turned to become an all-out sprint. You have to be really incredibly strong in this event. It's 8 lengths of the pool. The nice thing about it is you have 7 turns, and turns really do help here, so you can just pop off the wall. The Otters have Esti Versig, who's really a gift. Just watching her swim, regardless of what she swims, she's just so smooth in the water. The Otters are doing great in this particular event right now. They're taking first and second. And you know, this is again a B event, so as a coach you get to really be dreaming about future.
Well, and Ashton Kep is an 8th grader, and so is Marissa Toma. So, and I'm sure the girls, you know, 7th and 8th graders out there competing in a JV meet at home like this, it's a great experience for them, a great opportunity to gain some more experience.
Yeah, it really, really is. It's fun for the families, you know, and we have a good crowd here. You can see actually is full, which is good to see. And got grandparents here and uncles and neighborhood friends and everything else. So it's just fun.
And we've got a couple of Hall of Famers working this meet with the Bigwoods, Robin Gretchen, and I know you were unfortunately unable to be at the Hall of Fame induction last week, but you were there in spirit, and actually you did get acknowledged as you wrote a letter introducing them.
Yeah, they're special people, way beyond swimming. As I said in my letter, they're community members. They care about their church, they care about Fergus Falls, they care about kids, regardless if they're in sports or just in life. And their own kids have been fantastic.
It's great, and they've worked for many, many years here. And not only the varsity home meets, but also the summer program.
Right. You know, Rob swam here first year swim team, so he was 1970. So he has a lot of roots here.
And what was your first year here?
72.
Okay.
So,
Well, the 200 freestyle event now on the varsity level, and the girls from Fergus Falls, you'll see Olivia Jensen in lane 2, Estee Versteeg in lane 4, and Jersey Smith in lane 6. And Estee was at state last year in this event, second in the 200 free in the section. So
yes, she's well, she swam club down in the cities, and she's moved up here, which is just great for us. And she's got a great stroke. And I wish it's too bad this is our last meet of the season, because if you're not here, if you haven't watched the swim meet, you really want to watch her swim next year because she's really she's fun to watch. She's got a great hand catch. She's leading the field now by about 5 yards. This is our first 50, and her split is about a 28-1, which is a really nice split. I would imagine she's probably swimming tired because she's been training hard, but she really looks nice. And then in lane 2, we have Olivia, and she's doing great. She's right now in second place. And then in lane 6, we have Jersey Smith. And these girls are doing great. We got great depth here. Right now we're 1, 2, 3 in this particular event, and they're swimming great.
Now back in the Otter Invite, Este won the event. Olivia was 4th, and you had 2 Perham swimmers, Taylor Zimke in 3rd place, and then Elise Janke in 5th place. So, and they are both in this event as well.
Right. One of the keys to this thing is pacing yourself a little bit, but when you're at the quality of Miss Versteeg, her goal is to figure out what she can do if she would swim this 4 sections to go to state. Little things she can do just to improve herself to get her ready for possibly going to state and doing very well. She's got beautiful turns. Oh my goodness. Great kick, way out ahead. She's right now swimming against the clock. That's another beautiful thing about swimming.
Yep.
Not only you can race against the teams, but you're also going to race against the clock. And that's what she's doing right now. And she has an internal clock, so you can tell right where she is. She's about a 150 right now, and she's got about 20 yards left. That's going to be a nice time. We'll be under 210. And then we have the Otters' second place right now. It looks like it's going to be Olivia Jensen. And then possibility of 3rd place. We got a great race for 3rd place with Jersey and coming with a Perham girl. And she's got a really kick. Watch this finish, Craig. It's going to be fun to watch. Boom. Nice finish.
Well, Este Versteeg's winning time of 2:01.71 is 4 seconds faster than her Otter Invite time in this event.
That's a nice time. It really is. That's pretty fast for this meet.
Yeah, wow.
She took it out under a minute. Wow, she came back in a 101. That's really good. That's a solid swim. That's an athletic gift right there. You cannot coach that, Craig. That's an internal watch that you have, and I'm sure if Rachel was sitting right next to us, she'd say the same thing, that is just a gift and it's fun to watch. And the fun of it is they have another whole year with her.
There you go.
So if you haven't been to a swim meet, I highly recommend you come back next year just to watch this young lady.
There's no JV event in the 200 IM, so we're going right into the varsity event here, and the Otters have in lane 4, Ella Kopinski, the 8th grader, and she is something else.
Isn't she big? I mean big, I mean she's long and lean, but she is so strong. Yeah, the Kopinskis have a kind of a little DNA there, and the mom and dad are pretty athletic, and of course her brother has done really well with the boys team, and her little brother's going to do well. She's leading right now with a beautiful butterfly. Ella looks great. She's just got nice long arms. She's played about a 30, which is really good. But she's got a good race here. The other Otters, lane 6 right now, is in 2nd place, and that's Miles. And then in lane 2 is Alexis Toma. And they both are doing great. They're another good group scoring for those 2 girls. They got a beautiful backstroke. Alexis Toma looks really good in the back.
So we talked about the order of the strokes in the relay.
Yeah.
Not the same as in the 200 IM.
No, and this is what's fun. They do the butterfly first, backstroke second, and then they'll do the breast and freestyle. The key to the IM at the state level is the breaststroke. You have to have a really, really good, strong breaststroke. And you can see swimmers who will actually pick up 5 or 6 yards, and they're just that one stroke right there. The Perham girl is doing great. She's not too far behind Ella. This is a good race. And again, we have Alexa right now in 2nd place, and we have Miles right now in 3rd place. They're doing great. Great team scoring for the Otters. Ella's got a beautiful stroke. She can swim all 4 strokes. She's got a beautiful freestyle. Yeah, she's good.
It's great to have that versatility, but it all makes it tough on the coach sometimes, doesn't it? What strokes do we put her in? What events do we put her in?
Right. It depends upon your team, where your balance of the team is. It depends where she can do best for sections. So there's a lot of thinking. And then when they're younger, you can really play with it a lot more because it's not her last swim of her career. For seniors, it's a little bit more interesting. Boy, what a nice stroke. Oh, this is fun to watch, Craig. She's got a nice long stroke, beautiful kick. Ella's about, I would say, 7 or 8 yards ahead. She's got a really nice time. And keep in mind, she is young, 2.9. Wow, about 2:19, is that right? 2:26. Great time. Wow.
Taylor's empty of Perham, about 5 seconds behind her in second place. And then the Otters had Alexis Toma.
Yeah. Took a nice third. Nice time, 2:40, and Minosa had a 2:42.
There we go.
But you know, that's great. That's great scoring. That's nice.
Yeah, first, third, and fourth in the 200 IM for the Otter varsity.
Right.
Now we get to the quickest event, the 50 freestyle, and we'll have 2 heats in the JV and then the varsity heat. And then Mr. Hartwell has to go to work. He has to get ready for the diving. So you'll get a little break there. You can go visit that great concession stand.
I'm on it.
The swimming parents and boosters always do a great job with that. I know.
It's good. Yeah.
Homemade bars and all that. Yeah.
That's good.
So the 50 free. We'll.
Well, it's a start and turn.
Yep. We'll wait for the. Yeah.
You have to have a good start.
Okay, there are 3 swimmers here in the first JV meet, and they are all Otters.
They're going for time. Nice starts. It's a fun event to watch, especially the younger they are. 8 and unders are fun to watch at 53. It's just fun to watch these young kids because, 50 is fun. It's just down and back.
Yep, down and back, and then you contrast that with the 500.
Yeah.
What amazes me, Tom, is Estee Versteeg has swum both of those and won both of those.
Yes. Well, she's very versatile. She can do it all. This is a nice swim for these kids. They look really good, very comfortable in the water. Nice finish.
That was Kira Emerson who came in first, and then Marissa Kraus on the near side, and Sarah Schroeder on the far side finishing
Sarah
up.
Schroeder. She did very, very nice. All 3 girls did great. Fun to watch. I think sometimes the first heat is my favorite heat, to be honest with you, because it's fun to see how they improve. Sometimes they'll drop 5 or 6 seconds. So.
The thing I've always loved about you, Tom, there are many things, but the thing that I always loved about you is how you get excited when a young swimmer, and I mean really young swimmer, goes the length of the pool for the first time. I think you get as excited about that as you do about somebody stepping on the podium at state.
I do, because they're making history.
Yep.
Yeah. So, imprint. Okay.
Second heat of the JV.
We have Bryn Pausch in lane 6, and Andrew Lana Najwik in lane 4, and Hope Mulag, lane 2. Again, they look really good. Those are great turns. Again, this is still a young crew here. Najwik has a really nice, strong stroke. My goodness, look at that. I've had some of these kids in swim lessons, so wow. Fun for me to watch.
Yep, and Adrienne took first there.
Yes.
And Bryn Pausch was...
she did great. Second place, 30.7, 29.8. Those are great times. Wow.
For these young girls,
Yes. Under 30 is a nice time. Wow, that's good.
And now the girls 50-yard freestyle varsity race, and here's where you get some pretty impressive times too, especially the deeper you get into the season, right?
Yeah. Well, you get more experience. Your turns are better. Your starts should be a lot better. Your reaction time should be better. So your timing, breathing, everything. Man, that's a nice start. Maya Fury had a fabulous start there. Nice streamline underwater for those of you who know swimming. This is really fun to watch. Lane 6, Riley Kubala is doing great. She's leading for a moment here. Maya Fury is right up there. She's right now right in front. This is going to be fun to watch. We got 3 Otters. Any one of the 3 could win this event. Lane 2 is Kylie Peterson. Nice swims. Really, really nice. Wow, 26.7 by Miss Fear. That's a nice time.
Really
Miss
nice.
Kubala did 27.4, and Peterson did 28.2. Those are great times, Craig. Good for the girls.
1-2-4 for the Otters in the 50 freestyle. So,
Okay.
and
I'm gonna exit to the man who knows so much that I want to pick his brain someday.
sounds good. I will look forward to you coming back for the second half of the swimming competition.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
I'm gonna hang in the back here, back of the bus.
All right. Tom Uvis of the Otter swim team for many years, the head coach, girls and boys, joining us for the commentary here in the first half of the meet. And now diving is coming up next, and Mike Hartwell is going to be joining us. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and be back with that after this break. So be sure and stick around as we continue our coverage of the Otter girls swim and dive duel against Perham New York Mills on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Light powers your day, and with LEDs, every time you turn on a light, it's a chance to save. See how Otter Tail Power Company can help you save at otpco.com/LED.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Been waiting for a huge discount on a Ram Heavy Duty? Well, Nelson Auto Center has it. Save up to 20 grand off original MSRP on a 24 Ram Heavy Duty. That's right, up to 20 grand in savings. Or if you're in the market for a Ram half-ton, we've got that too. Right now, lease a new Ram Bighorn for as low as $389 a month. And GMC buyers, there's something for you too. Save up to 10 grand on GMC Sierra 1500. Great buys, huge discounts now at Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls. Otter Tail Minn Dakota Coaches has been the trusted name in transportation for 50 years. Safety, service, and dependability are at the heart of every journey. From local routes to nationwide trips, rely on Otter Tail Coaches for a ride you can trust.
I'm Tad Butke, your dedicated business sales consultant at Park Region. Whether you're looking to optimize your operations, scale your business, or find tailored solutions, I'm here to help you achieve your goals.
Reach out to Tad today at 218-998-2000 for Park Region to go beyond the connection.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
And we welcome you back to the Kennedy Secondary School pool for tonight's diving competition in this dual swim and dive meet with Fergus Falls hosting Perham New York Mills. And we welcome Mike Hartwell to the broadcast. And Mike is well known in Fergus Falls. He spent many years as a diving coach with the boys and the girls programs. And even before that, Mike was well known in diving circles, Minnesota Gopher, All-American. Oh, should have been.
Should have.
No. You know, let's start there with just introduce you a little bit to the audience. What kind of got you interested in diving as a kid? When did you first think, hey, I think that's something I'd like to do?
You know, back in the summer, the days we had to hang around the pool were many, and I was fortunate enough to have a swimming pool just within walking distance from the house, and spent most of my summertime there and watched the older kids dive that were there showing off in front of all their friends, and thought, I can do that too. So that's kind of where it took root. And then I was lucky enough to have some very good coaches along the way that really invested in me over the years, and and that's really where it all began.
Awesome. And I know how much fun you had coaching the Otter girls and boys, and to watch the progress from an early diver just starting out, trying to figure it out, and then to get to the competition where they advance to being a scorer for the varsity. And it's pretty satisfying, isn't it, as a coach?
It's extremely satisfying, and I remember coming off the deck many times with a new group of 7th graders thinking, what am I in for here? But there's a magic time in about 9th grade when they start kind of maturing mentally and physically, and then it all starts to come together.
Now, you had an opportunity recently to work with this group of divers, right?
Yes, I was fortunate enough last week to come in and do some substitute coaching because their coach was on a work-related trip, and I got to know some of the personalities and see some of the skills of these young ladies, and boy, I'm telling you, there's some great divers here.
Well, and some years it's real thin and you're lucky to have 1 or 2 divers, but right now the Otters have 2 JV divers we're going to be seeing, Allison Moore and Nora Fear, and then 3 varsity divers with Ziona Jacobson, Elsa Bailey, and Michelle Mao. So when you have is that a perfect number, 5 divers to work with? You always want more, I know, but...
I think that is exactly right, Craig. I think 5 is a perfect number. You get any more than that, then you're just running through drills versus really focusing on technique. So I think that's a great number for the Otters.
Okay, explain the process here in figuring out how many dives. Let's start with the JVers since we're there. How many dives do the JVers usually perform at this level as they're learning their strengths and their weaknesses?
Well, at a JV level, they should really have the 5 foundation dives down in each category. I think these young ladies here have 3 or 4 dives that are competitive. I think tonight what we'll see is probably them doing 3 dives apiece, 1 from your forward group, your back group, and something from the inward group.
Okay, and then as we get to the varsity, you need to have more dives in your repertoire. Where will these girls be at?
These girls are starting to really bolt on degree of difficulty dives to up their scores. There are your basic required dives, which are lower in DD, and then there are your optional dives, which start getting into double-digit degree of difficulty that is assigned to the dive. I know the 3 varsity divers here will be throwing some difficult dives tonight that should score them very well.
Awesome. That'll be fun to see as we move into that. And, the practice time that you have with divers, I know you had to be really committed because divers usually get their time after the swimming practice, right?
Yeah, it tends to be a little later in the evening, but the coaches have been very generous always to share pool time with the diving team, and I think that's part of the great chemistry here with the Otter program is that we've never felt like we were secondary. We were always included all along every practice, every trip, and that really bodes well to developing young, good, solid divers because, not every team always feels that connectedness with their divers, and I think the Otters have always strived for that.
And being a diver, you're out there alone on that board. Everybody's watching you. Your fellow competitors are watching you. You got to be kind of mentally tough too, don't you, and be able to block everything out.
Yeah, you have to develop that mental strength. If you sit up there and think too much, you're going to make mistakes. You really need to rely on your muscle memory, and that's where practice is really important and the repetition. So when you get up there, you're not trying to think of every detail. You just get up there and it's time to go. I often coach these kids to remember cadence in their head. One of the cadence I remember growing up diving was the Ansky marching 2x2. And if you keep that cadence in your head, you're diving.
Hi, I'm Matthew Kowalska with Minnesota Motor Company.
Beginning of it to the end. And that's so important because that allows you not to be distracted by all the noise and the various shenanigans going on deck sometimes.
Now, before the competition begins, we just saw the girls just getting loose out there. What do you tell them during that warm-up time? Go out there and just kind of get loose, see how the board feels. What do you tell them?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Loose in diving means rest your shoulders, relax your shoulders, because as a diver, that's where you tend to tense up, and if you get locked into shoulder tense moments with your muscles, you're not going to come out of it very well, and that'll reflect in your diving. So you'll see them doing a lot of stretching exercises in their shoulders and their hips to keep those loose. And, you know, it's okay to look up in the crowd and wave to mom and dad and relax and just enjoy the moment.
Okay, that's good to know. They may look up here and see you up here and wave at their 1 week coach, you know.
They might say, oh no, he's coming back.
Okay, the judging part of diving. Talk about that a little bit. As you know, as a diver you experienced it, as a coach you experienced it, as a fan you've experienced it. What goes into the judging?
You know, there's a whole system of how you score a dive, but it still comes down to some bit of subjective interpretation. You're looking for the basics. You're looking for a good hurdle. You're looking for a good strong start. You're looking for a vertical takeoff. You're looking for a good arm reach. You're looking for control of the dive, and then ultimately you're looking for a good finish, strong finish, and clean finish. Those are all deductions in a dive if they're not executed well.
And as far as the scoring goes, you can score 10 is the highest score, but you never see a perfect 10, do you? Rarely.
Not at the high school level, you don't, but I've seen a couple.
Okay.
And, you know, the range is 0 to 10, and most judges don't want to throw out a 0 unless the dive has failed. In other words, they completely did not do the correct dive.
So are there certified judges at every meet? I know some meets coaches do some judging or used to, but do they have to be certified?
Not at the dual meet level, but down at the state of Minnesota state meet, they are certified.
Okay. So we'll see two JV divers.
You know, it's interesting. Everybody gets quiet to watch diving, but yet I always told my divers in practice, we're going to be as loud as we can be because don't expect it to be quiet.
Very good coaching, Mr. Hartwell.
Well,
do I have to be quiet now?
Shh.
So let's see here. Allison Moore, is this Allison?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
You know, she's got a lot of potential. She's a kid that just wants to learn and learn and learn. And, you know, when I look for a future athlete, I look at that capability, and she's got it.
Okay, and she is 8th grader.
Correct. She's doing an inward dive, degree of difficulty 1.4. Nice dive. Good start to that dive, good top. Maybe a little stronger on her finish, but that should score her pretty well. Yep, she received 4.5, 4.5, 5. That's respectable for a JV diver at that level.
So how do you score that dive then when you combine those three scores? Do you throw out one?
Not at the dual meet. All three of those will count, and then they take 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 5 times the degree of difficulty, and that gives you your final score.
Okay.
We have another inward dive in the tuck position. That's very well done. She just worked on that dive last week. She was kind of all over the place, and I can see a tremendous improvement from last week where she's more confident, good composure, good height on the board.
And that was Nora?
Yep.
Nora Fear, and she is, what grade is Nora?
I believe she's an 8th grader as well.
Okay, yeah. Lots of young divers.
Yes, that's good for the future.
Another varsity diver.
This is a varsity diver doing a forward 1.5 somersault, degree of difficulty 1.7. And she is an 8th grader who is well on her way to really a good career here diving with the Otters. She's just got the gymnastics background. She's got solid board presence, and she's strong.
That's Xiomara Jacobson.
Xiomara, yes.
And now Elsa Bailey. We see the judges' score here.
It's coming up here. Sometimes there's a delay. I would be pretty confident we're in the mid-5s on that dive. She had a good top, just a little bit out from the board. 4.5, 6, 5.5. So right in that average of 5. Good solid dive for her.
You bet.
This is Michaela. She's doing a forward somersault in straight position. Very clean, very good dive. That's a good setup dive to twisters that I know she'll be doing here in a few more dives, but that was nice and clean. It's really important for them to get their arms down on the finish, because if they're up over their head, it's a deduction from the judges, but that's solid at 5.5, 4.5, 5.
Okay. Good first dive for Michaela.
Yeah, this is where they're kind of getting the cobwebs out, you know, getting ready for what's coming up here. That's another forward dive straight. Solid dive. Really nice kid. Her name is Elsa Bailey, and just really fun to coach. Just a real positive attitude. Good athlete.
5, 4.5, and 5.
Yep.
For Elsa.
These forward dive straights, they're lead-ups to twisters that I would imagine the coach has them doing here, probably in round 4 or 5 of tonight's events.
Okay. And now Nora Fear is on the board.
Nora's doing a back somersault. What's really important in this dive is getting a good reach and driving her knees through the reach. Yeah, that was a great reach. Again, she's a young diver just learning this dive this year, and the key to this dive is a good stand-up on takeoff. If you let your hips move a little off the board, it's going to throw you out in the pool more than you care to be, but that was a solid dive at 4, 4, 4.5.
So how long does it take to get comfortable when you're standing with your back to the pool at the end of the board to get ready to jump off not seeing the water?
You know, the correct answer is never, but the more you do it, the more it gets comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah. This is Allison Moore doing a back dive straight. Nice entry, Allison. Yes, that's coming along. Again, new diver to the program. She's working hard, and you'll notice on that dive, the key to that is getting up in the air and finishing your arm circle to get the board press that you need. That'll help her as she works on that here in the future.
4, 3.5, 3.5, the scoring for that dive. And now Xiomara Jacobson.
Nice solid reverse dive, pike position. She reached to the top of that dive very nicely. She was able to look for the water and line that up clean. I'm pretty confident that's going to be in the 5, 5.5 range. Let's see how close I am.
Looked like she had a smile on her face when she came out of the water.
I told her, I said, girls, last week you got to smile at the judges. That's how you get a half a point. She's a strong athlete, and I think you're going to see some great dives from her as far as degree of difficulty.
Ooh. Wow.
I'm not sure what happened there. I didn't see that.
2 judges had 2 points, and then one had 5.5, right where you were.
I'm going to have to talk to those 2 judges afterwards.
I think so, yeah.
Well, like I said, it's kind of subjective, and there's sometimes us judges get together and go, what were you thinking? And we all talk about it.
And here's Michaela Mao.
There, you're going to get a 6.5 on that dive. That'll be the highest score so far. She just nailed that. Really pretty approach, nice vertical takeoff, good tight control, all the way through the dive, and good finish. If I was throwing a score up, that's 6.5.
There you go.
Yeah, we got a 6, 5, and a 6.
And that was a forward 1.5 somersault.
Pike position, yes.
Okay, what is pike position?
That's where you're reaching for your toes, you're not crimping your knees, and you
Okay.
stay in that position through the whole exercise.
And here's Elsa Bailey.
Elsa's doing another forward 1.5 pike. Another nice clean otter dive. Nice top, good control, a little bit out from the board. That shouldn't be too bad, but she scores 5.5, 5.5, 6.
Very nice.
Good solid dives. You know, good divers make it look easy.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the goal, is if it feels right, if it goes right, and it ends right, it looks easy to the public. Yeah.
Here's Nora Fear.
There you go, another forward somersault, straight position. Nora did great.
One of the 8th graders on
Yes, coming along.
JV, yeah.
Straight fours across the board. You know what's kind of fun, Craig, is diving has always had nicknames for the divers. It goes way back before I was even diving. And I gave all the girls nicknames last week, and if I knew her last name was Fear, I think I would have come up with a very, very good one. Now I know it, I'm going to find one for her.
All right. That's fun to have that kind of a rapport with the kids, too.
Yes, it is. This is a somersault and tuck position.
For Allison Moore.
All right, Allison, way to get around that dive. She's learning. These are hard because you start on momentum and it's hard to control the momentum. And you know, a little bit more squeezing on her end through the dive, she'll nail that. Coming along, 2, 3, 3.
So speaking of nicknames, what was yours?
Hardy.
Oh, that's really
pretty straightforward.
Here's the Amara Jacobson.
Okay, a little over on the bottom finish. I think she rushed it a little bit coming off the board, but a good dive. I think it's going to be in that 4.5 range.
And that was, yeah, you're right on. 4.5, 5, yeah.
The struggle with that dive and anything in back position is you actually have to dive towards the board, and that's hard for kids to get their head around because momentum is kicking you away. You have to force your body to move to the board for it to land in a good spot.
But it'd be hard.
It's mentally brutal.
Oh, boy. Here's Michelle Lamau with a reverse dive.
Absolutely stunning looking dive.
Elegant.
Very nice. It's my favorite dive. And reverse dive straight. It doesn't matter if it's 1 meter, 3 meter, or tower. It's just a beautiful dive.
That was really well done.
Yeah, good top, good control, no hip twist at all. It's a solid dive. I think she's in the 5, maybe 6 range. The deduction would be her entry. She needed to squeeze through the bottom and rip it, but she got straight 5.5s across, so that's respectable.
Very nice by Michelle Lamau.
Yeah, it's a beautiful dive. And it's another dive that's a little freaky because you're actually taking off the board and having to come backwards towards it in the air, so you got to get ready for that mentally.
And here's Elsa Bailey with her third dive.
I think that might have been a failed dive because I'm not sure she got around in the twist. We'll see what the judges say. Yes, it ended up being a failed dive. Her shoulders did not get around to face the back of the board. And because she was a quarter short, that makes incomplete exercise, which would get zeros.
And that'll be a coaching moment, right? You can take advantage of that. And
Yep. And that's part of learning.
Yep.
All of us that have been there, done that, we've failed a few over the years just to learn how to do them better. So
if at first you don't succeed,
you better try again.
Here's the Amara Jacobson with her fourth dive.
It's a back somersault, layout position, 1.7 difficulty. Nice solid dive, good stand up. Good dive. These are what we call warm-up drills to higher DD dives that might be coming up later or planned on being in practice here in the next month. But a good competitive dive at 5.5, fives across the score panel.
And Michelle Lamau with her fourth dive.
Well, this is a nice dive. This is an inward somersault in pike position. Now she'll be moving towards the board to get the rotation to take place, which is a little tricky. Well done. Nice execution. Good tight pike. Not a problem. If she was my student, I'd have her working on inward 1.5s tomorrow because she's ready for it. After
all
seeing
right.
that.
Five straight across.
Yep. Good body control. That's what's impressive about her is that she certainly knows where she's at on the board. All right, we have Elsa coming back up to reverse somersault pike position. This is your chance to rebound from that last dive, which she should be able to do just fine. Very nice dive. Outstanding reach on the top. I know we worked on that last week. It's so important to get to the top. I always say you're going to take the pie off the top shelf at Grandma's house. You got to get there first before you do anything else. And that was a real good example of her reaching tall, doing the jump shot before she executes.
And what a great comeback from that failed dive. You know, that can be, I'm sure, something that weighs on your mind a little bit, and you just want to go out on the board again and do what she did.
I always tell kids it's just one of several. Don't let it dictate your whole meet here.
Like a bad shot in golf.
Right. Yep. Here's a back somersault. And this is a double back two. So this is something I haven't seen her do yet. This must be a new dive.
Xiomara.
It's a back somersault, but a twist to it. Now, I don't know if they have the right dive up there. 5.5, 4.5, 5. Good degree of difficulty, 2.3.
Wow.
So that was a back twister. That's a higher element that it takes a long time for a student to get to that level, but her gymnastics background as an 8th grader certainly shows there. Well done.
Michelle Lamau with round 5.
Wow, it doesn't get much better than that for a single somersault straight. Well done. Nice, clean, good tight entry. She's just a good athlete. 6s, 5.5, 5.
Gives her a total of 136.5, 136.15 after 5 rounds. So.
Yep, good.
And now Elsa Bailey.
You know, Elsa Bailey, you know, I recognized her when I was in here last week, and she was at my diving camp many years ago. So it's fun to see these kids that have gone from little kids now to high school divers. Nice, clean inward somersault, pike position. Good stand up on her takeoff. That's a good dive for her. She should have solid scores here. 5.5s across the board.
Listening to the diving portion of our dual meet between Fergus Falls and Perham, New York Mills, and girls swimming and diving going on at the Kennedy Secondary School pool. And we'll see Xiomara Jacobson stepping back on the board.
This is a new dive for Z. This is a forward 2 pike position. Oh, she stomped it in pretty good. That's really hard to do coming out of 2 rotations to be able to actually stand it up on the finish. Hats off to you. That's a nice dive. And that'll lead up into a 2.5 here before she's probably out of 9th grade. It's just a little fast rotation. But again, high DD, so you times the scores given. She's probably leading the pack at this point.
Yep. And now Michelle Lamau. Boy, the Otters have 3 really nice varsity divers.
This is going to be a twist. Back 1.5, 1.
Nice.
Nicely done. I know she just learned that as well. That's a hard dive. You get lost up in the air, and that'll only develop more and more as the season goes. But that's a nice competitive dive. She should be in the 4s. She is, yeah. 4.5, 4, 5.
Okay.
Glad to see the degree of difficulty with these divers, because that's how you get real competitive at the state level, is having that degree of difficulty list.
And now Elsa's back on the board.
I really like her reach. I love that. She's got good presence on the board, stands it up tall, very confident diver, and it shows. Good score, 5.5, 5, 5.5.
Nice.
We made it.
That's it?
What a great bunch of kids. I tell you, it's fun to watch them, and go Otter divers.
How hard is it when you're not competing against another team? You're just kind of you're out there on your own, trying to improve your own score on your dive and going against your teammates. But is there a little more, intensity or motivation if Perham had hit some divers?
Oh, absolutely. I think that goes with any sport, right?
Yeah.
If you're just competing with yourself, it's one challenge. But when you have somebody you're chasing or it's pushing you, you tend to perform your best game, right?
Yes.
So. There is that edge. Depends how competitive you are, too.
Yeah.
But these girls are on their way to having a great season, and it's just fun to watch them as they're trying these harder dives, because that's how you get to the level of really competing at the state level. Is you have to have a combination of solid basics and solid advanced dives.
And Michela is a senior, but other than that, this is a pretty young.
It's a young squad.
Elsa's a junior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Ziomaro's an 8th grader. Wow.
And they'll just feed off each other at practice.
Sure.
So if somebody does something that's difficult, then before you know it, the other 2 girls are saying, Coach, I'm going to do that too. So that's great.
Absolutely.
And so we get them to that level, hopefully, and so much of it is what they want to do.
And so many of the girls, Mike, through the years that have been diving are also gymnasts. And it just makes sense that those 2 sports kind of go together.
They do. They have a good relationship. But there are some challenges there because gymnasts do not like to land on their head.
True.
And so for the first couple of years, diving coaches are kind of unwinding some technique from the gymnastics field of foot landings to head landings, which can be a mental difficulty for some student athletes.
Mike, thanks so much for being with us to go through the diving. I appreciate it. I owe you a steak dinner. Okay?
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
All
Mike
right,
Hartwell, former diving coach for the Otters and a very successful college diver with the University of Minnesota, and sharing his expertise on diving. He's worked with these girls, and fun to hear from Mike during their competition here tonight. We have part 2, or the second part of the swimming competition coming up. Tom Uvis will be joining me, and we're going to take a 2-minute timeout and come back with more from the Otter girls swim and dive duel with Perham New York Mills on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Hi, I'm Matthew Kowalska with Minnesota Motor Company. Since 1922, Minnesota Motor has been a pillar in the Fergus Falls community. We take great pride in supporting as many youth activities, community development projects, and nonprofit organizations as we can. That is why I'm proud to be part of the Minnesota Motor Company team. Together, we are carrying on the tradition of running a business based on honesty, integrity, and superior service.
Minnesota, Minnesota
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Welcome back to the Kennedy Secondary School pool. The swimmers are heading back out after their break during the diving competition. And we don't get the score updates here as the meet is going on, team scoring. So we can give you the times of each event, of course, by the swimmers, but the team score updates have not been coming our way. Maybe we can figure out a way to get some of that here before the meet concludes, but we will certainly have the final tallies once they are in. So some really good diving there by the Otter divers, Xiomara Jacobson, Elsa Bailey, and Michelle Mao. Pretty good trio in that varsity competition for the Otters. They showed us 6 of their dives. They do have to have 9 dives ready by the section meet. So that will be coming up here in just a few weeks. Swimming is a long fall sport, so they do have some additional time compared to some of the other sports that are out there. Well, West Central Ag Air, your local Peterson Farms and LG seed supplier, the right choice to defend your crops. That's West Central Ag Air. And Midwest Printing, your local partner for quality printing. Visit Midwest Printing on Washington Avenue in Fergus Falls. And Running Stitches Embroidery invites you to avoid a sticky situation by scheduling your next embroidery project with Running Stitches. Otters and Perham going at it here in a duel at the Kennedy Secondary School pool. And coming up next, we'll have the 100 butterfly, followed by the 100 freestyle, and then the 500 freestyle, which is, of course, the longest event of a high school swim meet. And then the relay, 200 freestyle relay, will be going on, followed by the 100 backstroke, the 100 breaststroke, and the 400 freestyle relay. All of that yet to come as we get to the second half of this dual swim and dive meet between Fergus Falls and Perham New York Mills. Well, the swimmers who will be competing in the second half of the meet are going to get time to warm up here. So they are out taking some laps to get prepared for the remainder of this meet. So we'll take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll return with more commentary on the dual meet from the Kennedy Secondary School. After this timeout, you're listening to the Otter Girls Swim and Dive dual meet with Perham New York Mills on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Hi, I'm Blake with Minnesota Motor Company. At Minnesota Motor, we understand that you have some precious cargo. To keep your family safe, you need an honest, trustworthy dealership that you can depend on. A dealership that is committed to being with you every mile. As a new dad, I get it. That is why I'm proud to be a part of the Minnesota Motor Company team. Together, we are carrying on the tradition of running a business based on honesty, integrity, and superior service.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service Food. Service
Hi, I'm Scott DeBrito. I had the privilege of wearing the Otter uniform. Today, I have the privilege of representing FM Bank here in Fergus Falls. Show your Otter pride with our Otter debit card. Stop in and see us or visit our website at mybankfm.com.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
School pool as the swimmers from both Fergus Falls and Perham getting loose in the water here as we get ready to start the second half of tonight's dual meet. Rachel Cox is the head coach of the Otter girls swimming and diving team. Molly Jarvie is the diving coach. And Courtney Scarry is the head coach of the Perham swimming and diving team. You know, Perham last year had the 9th place diver in the state, Brittany Lawrence, who graduated. And the Otters had Este Versteeg as a double event participant at the state meet, as she finished first in the section race in the 500 freestyle, which is coming up, and second in the 200 freestyle, which she won earlier here tonight. Last year, when these two teams had their dual meet, the Otters defeated Perham New York Mills 109-68, and Este Versteeg was a champion in that race in the 100 freestyle. She's so versatile, and she also won the 200 freestyle and was a part of the 200 freestyle relay and also a part of the 200 medley relay, which both won their events as well. In fact, the Otters had first place finishes also from Ace Oppie in the 100 butterfly, and Alexis Wellman won the 500 freestyle in last year's duel between these two teams. Now, Perham has some really experienced swimmers back too. Taylor Zimke, who was the winner of the 50 freestyle in the meet last year, and also Kate Diggins, who won the 100 breaststroke a year ago. They are both back, along with Elle McDonald, who was a runner-up in the 200 IM and the 100 backstroke, and Madison Kratzky, who was runner-up in the 100 breaststroke last year. They also have Jalen Rodewald back, who had a nice year last season as well, with a third-place finish here in the 100 butterfly in the dual meet against the Otters. So the next event that will be up will be the 100 butterfly, and there will be a junior varsity butterflyer going from Perham New York Mills, Madison Losey. It's just the one swimmer in that JV heat in the 100 fly, and then we'll get a full heat for the 100 butterfly in the varsity competition, which will be the second event here as we get back to it. Tom Uvis is going to get back to it now after a little break when Mike Hartwell stepped in, huh?
That was fun.
You were enjoying the diving, I know.
Boy, lots of talent. Numbers, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And I loved it, Coach, when during the diving, you know, the swimmers were sitting over across the way applauding, cheering for their divers.
Yep.
You know, it's so important to have that because the divers are a separate team within the team, but you're all one team.
Yeah, we think that's really important. We that's called culture. We want to have that team culture. You know, it's not just, and we want the divers to stay and watch, you know, the kids swim, and then sometimes we'll put them in a relay if they can swim a 50. That's kind of fun. pray a lot, but it's fun.
At the break here, when you come out of your locker room now and are getting ready to swim again after that little break, you do your little warm-ups there. How does that affect swimmers? I imagine it's different, but how important is it to
up their body a little bit, just to work on some streamlines? A lot of times we'll have kids work on turns. We see them doing a very poor turn. We'll say, okay, let's work at a few turns and just watch it. Or sometimes the kid will say, hey, can you watch my breaststroke for a second, or my butterfly, and what am I doing right or wrong?
So we head into the second half of the meet. There's actually more than half of the meet left here with a number of events. But coming into this meet, the Otters were favored. I don't have the team scoring here. We haven't been getting the updates, but the Otters are comfortably in the lead.
I wouldn't worry about the score.
No. And once you've set the lineup, and we've got the sheet here of the lineups for every event, can you vary from that at all as the meet goes on? Or?
Yeah, technically you can. In the old days, we used to have to use cards, and that was really fun because we could change our lineup right away. Technically speaking, you can. I have been in a meet. I was at Wilmer one time where we were a little worried about losing the meet, and I told him, I said I might change my 400 free relay, and I had cards on that because you can enter that your cards. There's this one swimmer from Perham. You can enter your cards right after the completion of the event before you. You have about 35-40 seconds where you can actually hand in the cards. So I had my cards written up all ready to go. I didn't have to do it because my breaststrokers did so well, but you just never know. But in answer to your question, yes, you can make changes.
Okay. Probably doesn't happen often.
No, but it can happen, especially if it's a close meet. Especially if somebody's not swimming well. Somebody's really sick, then you can put them in relays and take them out of the event. So.
This is Madison Losey, who is in the water for Perham New York Mills in the JV race. She's the only swimmer out there right now.
Yeah.
So
she's got a nice
against
fly.
The clock, right?
Yeah, she is, and she's got a really nice fly. She's got nice, strong stroke, nice kick. So this is a stroke I used to swim in club in high school at that time and in college. So I love the fly. I've got a kindred spirit to it. So that and the 200 free.
And she's coming up on her.
Yeah, she's got a nice time. She's going to break 20, which is really a pretty nice time. And I don't know how old you see it. I think she's probably a little bit younger.
It doesn't say here. What?
Nice. Not bad at all.
All right. 122.
Nice time.
So the 100 butterfly now for the Otters. They have 3 swimmers. Ace Oppie is in lane 4. Anna Schroeder is in lane 6. And Hannah Fear is in lane 2. And the tough competition for the Otters is Taylor Zimke from Perham New York Mills. She'll be in lane 3.
Yeah. I like that name, Ace.
Yeah.
It's like Boomer.
And they're off.
One of the most important things about this particular event, Craig, is the kick. The dolphin kick is the fastest kick we have. Underwater dolphin is phenomenal. A lot of times they swim almost half a pool length underwater dolphin kick because you go so much faster underwater. The girl from Perham has a really nice fly. She's leading it right now. Taylor Zemke, she has a very nice fly. And coming up we have Ace coming up there, and the girls look really good. And we have lane 2 Hannah Fear and lane 6 Anna Schroeder. Nice swimmers. Right now the Otters are 2, 3, and 5, I think. But this Ms. Zemke is leading at the 3rd 75 mark.
Should be tough to catch here.
She will be. But again, I think that Ace has a beautiful stroke. Nice long stroke. This will be close. Look at this, Craig. This is a race. Because Mrs. Zemke was about 5 yards ahead. Oh, this will be fun. Boom. That's pretty close. We're there about a second and a half. And we have Ms. Fear coming in. Now, Miss Field comes in third. And Miss Schroeder comes in at 116.99. But nice times. 107 is a nice time from Perham. Very nice.
And that finish might justify, I think, an instant replay look at the 100 butterfly finish on our streaming site.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing. Thank goodness for automatic timing. Makes a huge difference.
Yep, Taylor Zemke
Yeah.
with a 107.84 and then a 108.76 for Azapi.
Pretty close. It's 100 freestyle. This is for JV.
Yep. Otters have 3 swimmers here. Havila McCann is in the 2nd lane, Ashton Kep in the 4th lane, and Cami Feisel in the 6th lane.
So this is the cousin to the 200, and that you only go 4 lengths to the pool. This is a sprint event. But you have to have some endurance. You have to have some stamina because you have to have strong enough to finish up the last 20 yards. Boy, a nice swim. Lane 4 looks great.
And that's Ashton Kep.
Yes, Ashton Kep.
She's
Nice
an
long
8th grade.
arms. And then lane 2 looks really good with Havila and McCann. They both have great strokes, nice and long. It's going to be a good race between those two. Ah, this could be fun to watch. Lane 2 and 4 are right now vying for the first place. Man, isn't that fun to watch, Koger?
There they are.
Huh?
Teammates.
Yeah, nice strokes. Wow. Very nice. Lane 2's going to win it.
Yep. Havila McCann will take
Ah.
first, and Ashton Kep will take second.
Both have nice strokes. 106, 107 is a nice time.
Yeah, 67 hundredths of a
Yeah.
second separating them. So
Yeah.
nice
That's
job
fun.
by the JVers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the 100 freestyle varsity has 3 Otters in it, and including Estee Versteeg.
Cami did a nice job on lane 6, 125. You know, it's fun to watch kids from that when they're a little bit younger. They're just happy they finished. This will be fun. When I watch Estee, she'll take this out really solid.
She's in lane 4. And Alexis Wellman is in lane 6, and Ella Kopinski is in lane 2.
And 2 and 4 will be fun to watch. Lane 6. Be fun. Lots
Molly-
of talent. This is a loaded event for the Otters.
I was just going to say, this is, yeah, pretty elite event.
Yes. Yeah. It's good. 2 of the fastest swimmers. So
Yep.
it should be fun to watch. This would be anyone's race, but I think Estee Versteeg has, her turns are phenomenal. She had turns when she came here, which was really solid. She has just an interesting catch. Really nice. Right now the Otters are going first, second, third, as you can imagine. We got 3 of our fastest swimmers. We've got Estee first, Ella second right now, and lane 6 we have Alexis. But they're all close. They should all split under a minute, I think, which is a good time. Nice. Boy, this is fun to watch. Nice time. Watch this. It's going to be a 55. Boom. Nice time. Watch this. Nice, huh? This time's going to be fun.
55.09
Isn't
for
that great?
Estee Versteeg.
What a
Yeah.
great time. 57.58. You're talking about a 400 freestyle
Wow.
race, Kruger. Now that's a 5, 4. They'll go, this is, you'll go 6, and 4, 4. Look at my nice relay. 10. Yeah, they'll be down in.
A 1, 2, 3 finish for the 100 freestyle.
Yeah, that was fun.
Outstanding.
Yeah, that's sweet.
And now we get to the 500, Tom.
Yeah. Well, the thing about the 500, it's changed so much, Craig. It used to be, you know, kind of a, you take a nap during it. But now today, you know, when you're at sections and when you're at state, it is an incredible event. I mean, it's all out. And it's just amazing what kids can do. And of course, the younger kids, they pace themselves a little bit, but once you get seasoned, you really, really go.
And we do have a JV race here with a Perham girl, Kylie Lamb, and a Fergus Falls girl, Marissa Toma. Marissa is in lane 4. Well, wait a minute.
No, you're right, lane 4.
But they've got, we've gone right to the varsity here. They are not.
I guess they must have canceled that
Yep,
heat.
they're not doing the junior varsity.
It's not. Well, they put, yeah, I don't know. So we have Smith, Jensen, and Cox.
Yep, Jersey Smith is in lane 2, Olivia Jensen's in 4, and Navy Cox is in 6 for the Otters.
Yeah.
So right to the varsity 500 here.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no.
That's okay.
Perham has Megan Galbrecht in lane 3 and Elise Janke in lane 5.
Yeah. Olivia Jensen has a beautiful stroke. The leader right now is going about a 107 pace, which is really nice. If she can hold that, that'll be about 5:35. I don't think she's going to hold that, but that's a nice time. Wow.
You know, this seems like a long race, but when you get to college, Tom, what's the longest race in college?
They do 1,000 in meets. They
Yeah.
do 1,500 for deer meets. They do the 1650. So they're swimming at like for their conference meets and their nationals.
Okay. So at this time of the year, when the dual meet season is winding down and you're starting to look at conference meet and section meet, what type of practices do the kids have? Are they pretty grueling right now?
Well, it depends upon where you are on the team. If you're like an ST and Ella and some of these kids have a good chance going to state, you train through. You make October the bread and butter month. That's where you have to really grit it out because you're really preparing. This sounds crazy, Craig, but state is until about I think the 3rd week of November. So that's a long season. It's 14 weeks.
Yep.
So October is your training base. You still have some meets that are really important. You have CLC, and you have, of course, True Team. Sections won't happen until I think the 1st week in November, and then the 2nd weekend will be, I think, state and something like that. So, but this is an important time for, especially the kids will have a good chance of placing well at sections and state. And then so the younger kids, this is a great time for development, changing around a little bit, giving them some extra rest. If there's a section qualifying time, then what you do is you tell them, okay, let's see, to qualify for sections in the 100 free, you have to swim a 107. Let's say your time's a 109. And you try to figure out how can we get you down 2 seconds so you can qualify for sections. And that's fun too. So there's a lot of different things you do with the practices. You individualize them a little bit more. And you get to have them rest a little bit more too. I didn't know this, Craig. You probably knew this, but they have three dual meets left, and they have one whole meet coming up. So in a way, this is a really. A lot of times we call this like this is a time trial meet. Regardless of who you're swimming against, and we're going to be swimming against Brainerd right now. At time trial meet, this is a time when we can really work on specific things to help us down the road. It's a meet for the future.
Well, and the Otters have a lot of swimmers that are hoping to, take that next step, Tom. Last year it was Estee Versteeg in 2 events at state, but I think this year there are a lot higher expectations.
I think they're going to have possibly a couple relays.
Yeah.
I think they've got a couple other individuals that's going to make it. This is a different team. And what's nice is you're seeing them develop. They're very young last year, and now you're seeing some really good development, good leadership from the seniors, which is really neat to see too. But I have to say I'm really impressed. I haven't watched these girls very much, but this Miss Jensen has a very nice 500 freestyle. She's got a really nice catch. What that is where you have your hand into the water and press that water back, and she's got a nice rhythmic kick to it. And then I think again, Jersey Smith had lane 2 is doing great, and you have Miss Cox in lane 6, who's quite young. I think where is she? She's a 9th grader. She's really done well. I think she really likes this event, but she also has a really nice catch.
And Olivia Jensen is only a sophomore, so and Jersey Smith, she is a senior, but Olivia, you know, for a sophomore, taking it out pretty nicely here.
Yes, she's doing great. And she lost her cap, but she's doing great.
And she is in lane 4.
Yeah. See, she's quite ahead of the Perham swimmers. So she's gonna have a nice time. She would probably break about 6:10 maybe under 6. We'll see.
Heading down the stretch here. The last 25.
Last 25 right here.
$5.50.
They had a nice flip turn in the last turn there. That's really nice. Wow. Boom.
Wow.
Yeah, doing under 5. 5:54, something like that. 5:55. Nice time.
Very nice by Olivia Jensen.
Yeah.
Finishing first in the 500 freestyle.
This little girl right here on lane 5 is really doing well from Perham, I believe.
Elise Janke.
Yeah. That's nice. She had a nice finish. Very aggressive. And then we have
and Jersey Smith finished second. 6:07.94.
That's a nice time. Really is.
And then Navy Cox came in fourth.
6:27. That's a great time too.
Very nice times.
Yeah. I don't know if I have to qualify by time for sections, but those are nice. Those are very nice times. Very respectable.
So that's the 500 freestyle, and now we get to the relay. 200 freestyle relay will be coming up. There's a JV relay first, so we're going to take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back to continue our coverage of this girls swim and dive duel between the Otters and Perham New York Mills right after this 2-minute break on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Hi, I'm Matthew Kowalska with Minnesota Motor Company. Since 1922, Minnesota Motor has been a pillar in the Fergus Falls community. We take great pride in supporting as many youth activities, community development projects, and nonprofit organizations as we can. That is why I'm proud to be part of the Minnesota Motor Company team. Together, we are carrying on the tradition of running a business based on honesty, integrity, and superior service.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Otter Tail Minn Dakota Coaches has been the trusted name in transportation for 50 years. Safety, service, and dependability are at the heart of every journey. From local routes to nationwide trips, rely on Otter Tail Coaches for a ride you can trust.
Light powers your day, and with LEDs, every time you turn on a light, it's a chance to save. See how Otter Tail Power Company can help you save at otpco.com/LED.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service Food. Serving you best.
Olson Oil Cart Express of Fergus Falls is your one-stop shop. Propane tank refills? Check. Diesel for your trucks? Check. Gas, propane exchange, and bulk delivery? Check, check, and check. Olson Oil Cart Express, supporting Otter sports.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Craig Olson and Tom Uvis with you from the Fergus Falls Swim and Dive Meet. Otters and Perham New York Mills going at it here this evening. The 200 freestyle relay junior varsity event is underway right now. And then the varsity competition will be next. And
this is a fun relay. No, 200 freestyle relay is like the 400 in track. It's just fun, fast.
Yep, four 50s.
Yep.
And the Otters have some really good freestyle depth.
They do. Yep. The relays look really good. I was just watching all 3 relays here. These are young kids, and they all look really good.
Yep, they're all 3 Fergus Falls relays in this JV competition, and the Otters and Perham will each have 2 varsity relays. Perham also with one relay here.
A little girl in lane 6 north here, she dove, I think.
Yep, that's right.
She's a really good swimmer. Look at that.
How common is that, Tom, to have a diver that actually swims too?
Not.
Yeah.
But it happens. We love it when it does, because that means that it's good for them, because it brings them on the team. We'll have them do like half. We had Miss Appert who dove and swam for us, and she did a full swim practice, and she practiced diving. That was by her choice. And
wow.
She did just great. Wonderful young lady.
So the 200 freestyle relay, we have two Otter teams. The A relay with Alexis Wellman, Maya Fear, Carly Peterson, and Estee Versteeg. And the B relay with Alexis Toma, Olivia Jensen, Jersey Smith, and Riley Kubala. How is it all strictly time, Tom, when you put your relays together? Who's in the A relay, who's in the B relay, or what? How do you do that?
Depends upon the meet. Sometimes you'll split them. So you split them so you can maybe get first and third, something like that. But in a meet like this, I think for state, of course, it's all by time.
Yeah.
And then you usually have 5. You have alternates, and whoever swims well that day swims in a relay. I've changed the relay after prelims to move somebody in the finals because they swam better in the 53 or something. Well, our A relay is knocking it out of the park, as we would say. Alexis Willman has a beautiful split. Boom, 27-0. The Otters are way ahead by probably, I say, 5 yards right now. That's the first one. This is fun to watch. I mean, it's pretty amazing what these girls are doing. Maya Fear is very athletic, I think. Nice stroke. The whole family is quite athletic. Boy, does that look nice.
And Olivia Jensen is in lane 2, and she just came off that.
Yeah, she looks really good. 26-3. That's a nice split for Maya. Kelly Peterson. Yeah, they're doing really well time-wise.
Carly.
They just look good. You know, a lot of times at swim meets, I'll watch how they look more than what place we take. I love that. This is nice straight arm.
You know, this 200 free relay last year, Tom, was 3rd in the section.
Yeah.
And the 200 medley relay, they were so close.
I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. Carly had a nice swim in that A relay, lane 4. And then, of course, you have the anchor swimmer coming in, doing a great job. Estee Versteeg. Man, is that nice. Look at that kick, Fergus.
Yeah, she
you
is.
could ski behind that thing.
Amazing.
Boom. That's 24/7. That's fun.
Wow.
It's a nice split. 45 is a good time.
145.91 the
They
time.
could get that down to a 39. The sections are 38. Wow, that's fun.
And the Otters B relay, 154.04.
Yeah, very nice. Good depth.
Absolutely.
Entertaining for the fans.
Oh, yeah.
Fans in the stands.
Love the relay events for sure. So there is a 100 backstroke JV and varsity race. So we'll take another 2-minute timeout here and come back with more coverage of this girls swim and dive dual meet from the Kennedy Secondary School on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Olson Oil Cart Express of Fergus Falls is your one-stop shop. Propane tank refills? Check. Diesel for your trucks? Check. Gas, propane exchange, and bulk delivery? Check, check, and check. Olson Oil Cart Express, supporting Otter sports.
Hi, I'm Matthew Kowalska with Minnesota Motor Company. Since 1922, Minnesota Motor has been a pillar in the Fergus Falls community. We take great pride in supporting as many youth activities, community development projects, and nonprofit organizations as we can. That is why I'm proud to be part of the Minnesota Motor Company team. Together, we are carrying on the tradition of running a business based on honesty, integrity, and superior service.
I'm Tad Butke, your dedicated business sales consultant at Park Region. Whether you're looking to optimize your operations, scale your business, or find tailored solutions, I'm here to help you achieve your goals.
Reach out to Tad today at 218-998-2000 for Park Region to go beyond the connection.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service food. Serving you best.
And we welcome you back to the Kennedy Secondary School pool as we are getting into the 100 backstroke, the varsity race now. Junior varsity race just finished. And the Otters have Alexis Wellman in lane 2, Hannah Fear in lane 4, and Ace Oppie in lane 6.
This is an interesting event on the backstroke. Start in the water. Start's really important. And what's interesting about the start is you're going to do back dolphin. And then there's a breakup. This is really swimming backstroke all that is really, really hard. People think it's easy, but it isn't. You're doing opposites. And kids look great. And if you're in lane 4, is right up there. Lane 2, Miss Wellman's doing great. She's got a nice stroke. Let's just turn, boom. Good job. Nice dolphin kicks underwater by all 3 swimmers from the Otters. The Otters right now are 1st, 2nd, and 4th, it looks like, which is good group scoring. But this would be fun to watch this last 25 between the 2 Otters, Miss Fear and Miss Wellman. So coming down the pipe here. The finish is really tricky because of the flags. The flags are put because they're going to count their strokes going in. It's a blind finish. That's really nice. That's fun to watch. Those are good finishes. 108 is a nice time. 108 by Miss Fear. That's a Wellman, 111. Those are good times. This Ace, 115.5, 4th place. That's great team times.
So the Otters again with a strong event there as they go 1-2-4.
Yeah.
Stacking up the points here.
Yeah. Impressive is at times.
Yep.
Times are really fun.
And the 100 breaststroke will be next. The JV race will be 2 Otters, actually. Shelby Christ in lane 2 and Havilah McCann in lane 4.
Give a shout out for the coaches. Former Rachel Cox has done just a marvelous job with this team, and her assistant coaches Jen Jensen and Andrew Kowalski. They've done just a great job. And the diving coach is incredible, Mallory. It's a nice coaching team. And that's how you win. That's how you improve.
Yeah.
It's all about chemistry. Nice. And Christy Shelby here. Or Shelby Chris, I'm sorry.
This is the last individual event, and then we have the final event, the 400 free relay coming up.
Right. That'll be fun to watch. Wow. So the hardest strokes to teach and to coach is the breaststroke.
You're reading my mind. I was just going to ask you that.
It's a hinge stroke. It's really, the timing of it is tricky. And I don't care if you're an Olympian or if you're just an age group swimmer that swims 25s. It is just, it looks awkward. And it takes an awful lot of timing. And also you have to really sink your legs to your arms. But once you have that down, it's an amazing stroke. The Otters, this Miss Chris, they both have really nice strokes, but she's got a nice long stroke. That's great. Yeah, Shelby Christ. Yeah, very nice.
So now we'll see the varsity 100 breaststroke.
And this Evelyn McCann, she has a beautiful stroke too. She's at 127. It's a nice time.
The Otters here in the varsity race have Miles Mendoza in the second lane, Carly Peterson in the fourth lane, and Bryn Pausch in the sixth lane. And last year, Tom, Carly Peterson finished third in the section in this event, so she would just missed out on that trip to state.
It'll be fun to watch. It's a good race for her to fine-tune a few things, and she will know her time very well.
She's in lane 4.
Yep, the start is really important for her. She's got a good pull kick on the horse. She's got a nice start. She's at 12.5 mark coming up, which is perfect. Nice strokes. She looks really good. I'll just emphasize Kylie for a second. She's the oldest one in here. She's spent about a 16, which is a nice time. We have Bryn Pausch in lane 6. And we have Miles Mendoza in lane 2. And both those girls are doing great. But Kylie is leading the whole thing to come in. Very nice.
She looks strong.
39.5, yeah.
Otters have some really strong swimmers.
Yeah.
How much does weight training come into play, Tom, the dry land stuff?
More important. Everything does. Flexibility, when you're an upper echelon swimmer, yoga. I mean, it sounds crazy, but there's a lot of cross training today. The Chinese do a lot of kickboxing. There's just a lot of explosiveness. The sports world has changed an awful lot. This is really fun to watch. Come on, Carly. Get in there. Boom. It's a nice time. I think she's under 17. She took first place, 16.8. That's a nice time. Nice. Very nice.
And Madison Kratzky at 123.77, or Caitlin Kratzky. No, at Madison. Yep, Caitlin is in the other lane.
Yep.
Was fourth for Perham.
Miss Mendoza took third, 124, and Bryn Pausch took fifth, 127.
Right.
Good times.
And
last event.
The JV 400 freestyle relay will be first with 3 Fergus Falls teams, and again, showing their depth in the freestyle. You know, we had that in the 200 free relay as well.
Well, here's what's neat as a coach. You can get 12 times on this. You know, you get your 12 splits, which is great, because now as you're getting ready for a true team, you can figure out where you're going to put your relays.
Mm-hmm.
So you have great depth. You're right.
Now, one of the things too, Tom, about a meet like this, the swimmers can be in 4 events, right?
Right. They're going to be in 3 relays, an individual, or 2 individual events and 2 relays.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be in 4. Sometimes we'll run a swimmer in 3 relays, even at sections. If we have a state team and we think all 3 relays are going to make it to state, we'll ask kids, do you want to be on 3 state relays? They say, yeah, I'll substitute that individual event. So we've done that before. Sometimes it means you do that too. But these kids look absolutely great. I have to tell you, not watching these swimmers, they look very, very good. I mean, we have here Anna Schroeder swimming in lane 2. We got Adrienne Nadrick, lane 4, and we got Nora Fear in lane 6. And Nora, of course, dove. So it shows her versatility. Plus, she's swimming 100 freestyle, which is great. Oh, this is fun. Row 6.
Pavela McCann just went off in the second leg there in lane 4, and in lane 2 it's maybe Coxon, in lane 6 Cami Theisel.
Yeah. Of course, you know that there's no one from Perham swimming in this event, so right now these girls are basically swimming for time, and they're also working on their turns. a great opportunity. You can't, it's tough to simulate something like this in practice unless you do sets where you're doing just on top 50s. And that takes a lot of time. But this is going to be fun for the coaches. They can get a lot of data. And of course, because of the using touchpads, we'll get computer readouts, which is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, what's that thing you're holding in your hand there, Tom?
This is called an old stopwatch. It's got an hourglass on this.
Yeah.
The Egyptians used this.
Just think of how the timing mechanisms have changed in this
It's
sport.
crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll do this. When I go to a meet to watch, I'll time individual swimmers. Or else I'll time a 25. I'll time the last 25 on a race. I've done that with SD Ferguson. Sometimes I'll time her last 25. I just want to see what she has left in the last 25. It's more curiosity. But yeah.
Third swimmers in the water, Kenzie Combrink in lane 2, Ashton Kepp in lane 4, and Hope Newlive in lane 6.
Yeah. They look really good. Lane 4 relay is doing really good.
And the fourth swimmers in each relay are Alexis Toma. She'll be in lane 4. And then Marissa Toma in lane 2. And Shelby Christ in lane 6. Well, the crowd has been good here tonight watching the action.
Yeah, it's really good. You know, I think they're enjoying it from watching each of the kids, how much they've improved. And again, as a parent, you may not know swimming, but you can watch subtle things change. Better starts, off the wall, crisper. I'm having fun. I'm timing Alexa Toma for just a second. Just curious what her split will be. And right now she's at a 29 for 50. I'm a little fast, 3.1. So this is fun to watch.
The 400 freestyle relay, and in some duels during the season, Tom, by this time of the meet, it's over. I mean, you've, one way or the other, you've established a lead. And is that difficult to motivate the swimmers to do their best or fastest or not?
No, not really, because you can use splits, and that's what you're kind of looking at. She just split at 104. It's a nice split. But the other fun part, and I was just talking to Mrs. Toma, they've had some really close meets where the 400 freestyle really gave them the win. There's nothing better than that. I know the boys last season had a meet, and it came down to their second relay taking that, taking the 2 points, and that's how they won the meet. So it's a fun event. When you tell the kids, you could actually pre-score the meet. You can take times from the other team. You can pre-score the whole thing and say, hey, we got to win the 400 to win this meet. So it's a fun thing.
So we have come down to the final event. That Fergus A relay had a time of 4:27.34, and the B relay 4:49.39 for the JV race. But here we go to the final.
Yep, this will be fun.
The Fergus Falls A relay is Ella Kopinski, Olivia Jensen, Maya Fear, and Estee Versteeg. They'll be in lane 4. And their B relay is Hannah Fear, Jersey Smith, Ace Oppie, and Riley Kubala. They'll be in lane 2. And Perham has their A relay in this event, and that's Molly Meyer, Jalen Rodewald, Elise Janke, and Taylor Zimke in lane 3.
Well, this would be a fun relay to watch.
Ella Kopinski is the lead freestyler here in the A relay.
Look how strong she is on her stroke right there. That's really fun. So we got Ella, and then we have Hannah. And Hannah's really strong too. She's got a nice strong arms. Let's just turn. Nice and smooth.
And she's stroke for stroke with Molly Meyer right now.
Yes, she is. It's a good race. Hannah's racing Molly. Ella's a little bit out there. Yeah.
And Ella will be followed by Olivia Jensen.
So nice and long. Those arms are, Craig, for Ella. That is really, really nice. Boom. That's nice.
And a good exchange there. Their timing was really good.
Yep, 58. That's a nice time.
It's still pretty tight there between lanes 2 and 3.
We got a race.
Yep. Jersey Smith in the water for the Otters in lane 2.
She's going to give her a good comparator. She's nice.
Jalen Rodewald is in for Perham in lane 3.
Olivia Jensen looks really good. Nice and strong. Otters have about a 10-yard lead right now, but they're going for the clock. They're trying to figure out where is this really going to take them in their future. Man, it looks nice. Nice turn.
And Maya Fear is getting ready to jump in that 4th lane. And the Otters will have Ace Oppie.
Yeah,
in
that's
lane
good.
2. Wow, this is neck and neck. With
Yes, it
Perham.
is. This is fun. It's fun for that relay. Yep. Oh, that's going to be a fun race to watch. The A team is way out ahead. They're out by almost 17 yards now. They're going for time. They're on another mission.
And the final leg of that A relay will be Estee Versteeg.
Maya looks really good. Strong.
Boy, good race though between the B
it's
relay
neck
and Perham's
neck.
A relay.
It's neck and neck. Yeah. Ace and is it Elise, right?
Yep, Elise Janke. So Estee Versteeg is off. Oh, this is going to be a good finish for second.
Yes, it will be.
And the Otters with Riley Kubala and Taylor Zemke.
Come on,
for
Riley.
Perham.
Go, go, go.
Well, we've seen Taylor Zemke have a good meet tonight for Perham.
Yes.
She's strong,
Yes,
so
she
this will
is
be
strong.
interesting.
All right, go Otters. The relay's way out there.
Yeah, Estee is making the turn. What is it, 340? So just it'll be a touch over 4, but maybe. No. Look at that.
Yeah, that's good.
3:54.59.
Good time. Very nice time.
Well, and Taylor's empty with a good push at the end for Perham.
Good race by Riley.
Very good race.
She swam hard. Give it her all.
For
That's the
second
best
and
you
third.
can do in sports, right there.
So that's the final meet. Let's take another look, an instant replay look at the finish to that 400-yard freestyle relay, since it's the final meet of the evening or final event of the meet. Take a look at how that ended with Estee Versteeg finishing strong, and then the tight finish between Perham's A relay and Fergus's B relay for second place.
Yep.
So the Otters get a win in their home meet over Perham. We'll see if we can't get the final results here, print out up here if we can. That would be nice to see. So we'll take a time out and try to get that done. Don't go away. We'll return. Tom and I will be back to wrap it up from the Kennedy Secondary School pool. But first we need to take this 2.5-minute timeout. You're listening to
Olson Oil Cart Express of Fergus Falls is your one-stop shop. Propane tank refills? Check. Diesel for your trucks? Check. Gas, propane exchange, and bulk delivery? Check, check, and check. Olson Oil Cart Express, supporting Otter sports.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service food. Serving you best.
Hi, I'm Scott DeBrito. I had the privilege of wearing the Otter uniform. Today, I have the privilege of representing FM Bank here in Fergus Falls. Show your Otter pride with our Otter debit card. Stop in and see us or visit our website at mybankfm.com.
Been waiting for a huge discount on a Ram Heavy Duty? Well, Nelson Auto Center has it. Save up to 20 grand off original MSRP on a 24 Ram Heavy Duty. That's right, up to 20 grand in savings. Or if you're in the market for a Ram half-ton, we've got that too. Right now, lease a new Ram Bighorn for as low as $389 a month. And GMC buyers, there's something for you too. Save up to 10 grand on GMC Sierra 1500. Great buys, huge discounts now at Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Light powers your day, and with LEDs, every time you turn on a light, it's a chance to save. See how Otter Tail Power Company can help you save at otpco.com/LED.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you
where to eat.
And we welcome you back to the Kennedy Secondary School pool as our post-game report brought to you by Olson Oil Card Express comes your way. And a reminder for you as well that West Central Ag Air is your local Peterson Farms and LG seed supplier. And they are the right choice to defend your crops. That's West Central Ag Air. And Midwest Printing, your local partner for quality printing. Visit Midwest Printing on Washington Avenue in Fergus Falls. And if you want to avoid a sticky situation, schedule your next embroidery project with Running Stitches Embroidery. Craig Olson and Tom Uvis with you as the Otters and Perham New York Mills have just completed a dual meet here at the Kennedy Secondary School pool. The next to last home meet of the season for the Otters, so you'll have one more chance to see them. And the final, I have the final score here, and the Otters with a 102-69 victory over Perham New York Mills. And as we talked about toward the end of the meet there, the last few events, the Otters, actually the last two events, last three events, the Otters swam exhibition races. So the score was 102-69 officially, but that doesn't account for the exhibition situation. But that's a sportsmanship thing, Coach.
Yeah, you know, I always like doing that. There's some teams that don't like it, but I think it's important. You know, we don't need to run up the score. And we still, what we do though for the kids who swim in those events is we still give them the points, because you know you get, you know, at the end of the season you have so many points, you know, so we'll still give them the points for their own individual, you know, point count total. But as for the meet, we just don't need to do that, and that's nice that they do that. I've gone against some teams that do that. I appreciate when I've lost a meet. It just makes it a little bit closer. There's other teams that are not quite so sportsman-like.
Yeah, it's that win at all costs thing.
Yeah, I've been there.
Well, I think you've got the right approach to that, Coach. You know, the Otters tonight, again, showed a couple of things. They showed their dominance at the top. They won all but one of the varsity events. and then they showed their depth.
Yeah.
And that depth will go a long way toward helping them. The true team score is going to be interesting, isn't it?
I think it's going to be fun. They have again, I don't know anything about their competition, but they'll be in the running to do very, very well in true team because they have a balanced lineup. We just saw the B, we had three 400 freestyle relays. We had 12 swimmers there. And then the varsity, we had, two 400 free relays. Well, right there, you have, 20 swimmers. So that's nice to see. You got lots of things you can do. They can mix up their events. We have a lot of kids swam off events tonight, and that's fun to watch and see what they can do down the road. So it's fun for the kids. It's fun for the coaches. It's a season you won't forget. I've been blessed to have a number of seasons like this, and I tell you, Krager, it's time when you wish you had more time with the kids because they're doing so well.
Well, we'll take one final time out, a 3-minute break. Tom and I need to decide on a quality swimmer of the meet. I always like my commentator to do that, so we'll pick his brain during the break. But we'll take a 3-minute time out, our final time out of the night for our sponsors, and we'll return with more on our Olson Oil Express postgame report here on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Light powers your day, and with LEDs, every time you turn on a light, it's a chance to save. See how Otter Tail Power Company can help you save at otpco.com/LED.
Hi, I'm Blake with Minnesota Motor Company. At Minnesota Motor, we understand that you have some precious cargo. To keep your family safe, you need an honest, trustworthy dealership that you can depend on. A dealership that is committed to being with you every mile. As a new dad, I get it. That is why I'm proud to be a part of the Minnesota Motor Company team. Together, we are carrying on the tradition of running a business based on honesty, integrity, and superior service.
Minnesota Motor.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
What's your number?
I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonемemorials.com.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service food. Serving you best.
Otter Tail Minn-Dakota Coaches has been the trusted name in transportation for 50 years. Safety, service, and dependability are at the heart of every journey. From local routes to nationwide trips, rely on Otter Tail Coaches for a ride you can trust.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Been waiting for a huge discount on a Ram Heavy Duty? Well, Nelson Auto Center has it. Save up to $20,000 off original MSRP on a 24 Ram Heavy Duty. That's right, up to $20,000 in savings. Or if you're in the market for a Ram half-ton, we've got that too. Right now, lease a new Ram Bighorn for as low as $389 a month. And GMC buyers, there's something for you too. Save up to $10,000 on GMC Sierra 1500. Great buys, huge discounts now at Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls.
Her relay splits were great. She swam a 55 in the 100. That's without any competition. And, she's done well all season. And her leadership skills, her commitment to the sport, and she comes from a great family.
And she's also a key part of the relays. So anytime she's in a relay, you're going to have a chance to win it, I would say. So good choice. with Estee Versteeg. Thanks so much, Tom, for being with us tonight and sharing your expertise on swimming.
It was fun. A very nice team. I don't get a chance to watch this team very often because I have another commitment on Tuesday nights. But I have to say, this is very entertaining. It's a very nice team, and they're very blessed.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Tom Uvis, thank you to Tom Uvis and Mike Hartwell for joining me tonight on the broadcast. And we appreciate you tuning in on News Talk 1250 KBRF or on the Fergus Now app with the streaming video tonight also. And congratulations to Rachel Cox and her Otters on the dual meet victory here tonight over Perham, New York Mills. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.
KBRF Sports Video is brought to you by the Otter Tail Power Company and the Otter Tail Power Company pregame. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Uxted Plumbing and Heating and your Uxted Plumbing and Heating game time and temperature. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Viking Cafe and the Viking Cafe keys to the game. Lake Region Healthcare and the Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Annabelle and Associates and the Annabelle and Associates instant replay. The Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Olson Oil Card Express and your Olson Oil Card Express postgame show. Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Service Food, Fergus Falls Monument, Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated, Otter Tail Coaches, and by FM Bank. Thank you for joining us for a special presentation from KBRF Sports Video. See this game.